The BBC has learnt that the United Nations has repeatedly ignored requests for information to help the investigation into the Beirut port explosion. Lawyers representing hundreds of bereaved families sent letters over a period of 5 months to the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres. None has had a response. Well, our Middle East correspondent Anna Foster reports.
A city torn apart. But the people of Beirut still don't know why. The investigation into last August's explosion has stalled, leaving a desperate search for answers. Delia Papazian was killed instantly in the blast. Her daughter Ariana, who was with her in her final moments, was just 16.
I feel like my mother doesn't have a value to them. My mother's life doesn't have a value. My own health doesn't have a value to them. Like, we are not humans. This is what I feel when I see this lack of responsibility.
1 week after the explosion, the United Nations called for a full investigation. But the BBC has learned that it consistently ignored a request to help that inquiry. The Beirut Bar Association, which represents nearly 2,000 families, sent 3 separate letters asking for satellite photos of the blast. They also wanted to know if the UN should have stopped the explosive material entering Lebanon in the first place. Their final request back in March noted, "Unfortunately, our letters remain unanswered and unacknowledged. Lebanon is a founder member of the UN and is asking for help."
Let me tell you something, we are fighters. We are fighters by law, and we will continue fighting because we are responsible of 1,800 people who ask us to represent them, and we will do everything by law to obtain justice and justice and justice.
The UN told me it's committed to supporting the Lebanese people and has mobilised to help the victims. But it didn't explain why it hadn't acknowledged any of those 3 vital letters asking for evidence.
The international community has really let down the survivors of the explosion. There are many tools at the disposal of the UN and the international community that they could have used to assist in the quest for justice and accountability, but that they have not done.
The survivors and bereaved families say they deserve better than this. But while the Lebanese authorities procrastinate and other countries don't help where they can, the answers a nation needs will remain elusive. Anna Foster, BBC News, Beirut.